Let's go to the next one. I've been waiting for this segment for a while. All right, new segment, new error. The Levesque error. Ooh, Triple H. Um, in all seriousness, I'm not a big fan of Vince McMahon, and I've always been a Triple H guy. I thought what he did in NXT was amazing. His vision is great. Um, I'm a big
Name
Triple
is
H guy.
DX.
Yeah. With that said, it seems a bit cheesy. This is the Levesque era, because like the first Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and they said we're pro wrestling. It's the Levesque era. There was a 48-minute promo. So
Not only that, but is that really the person to come out? All right, we'll. You have two reasons why is this the person to come out and do it. One, associations with the allegations, not the person to come out and do it. Just full stop, not the person to come out. Anybody with associations to the allegations while they're under investigation should not be getting used for things like that. In my opinion,
yeah.
that's my opinion.
Well, I
With
just
how
want to add
bad this
something.
is,
Can I just add something real quick, sir?
yeah.
TKO has made a statement. If anyone is found guilty in these trials, they will lose their job no matter who they are. TKO has said that. Now, will they keep their word? Who knows? But go on, sir.
So that's one reason why I wouldn't have done it. The other reason why I wouldn't have done it is the goal of saying it's the Levesque era is to differentiate it from the McMahon era, right? So the only person who probably shouldn't be saying that is a McMahon, unless it's Vince himself saying I'm passing the torch, which you absolutely should not have Vince around the television right now. Um, it doesn't carry much weight, and it just all it does is remind you that the McMahons are still there,
Do you
and
think that?
he's married into the McMahons.
Yeah.
Like, did it really change?
Well, I mean, I don't know behind the scenes, but on screen it has changed.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, I know what I mean, but
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know what you mean. But I was just saying, like, if you from a presentation angle of if you have a McMahon saying that her husband is the new era, and it doesn't differentiate it to me. You know what I say? What I'm saying? Like,
No, no, no. I no, no. I
it's
I completely understand.
it's a bad way to show that it's something different, I think. Like, why have such a strong, firm connection to the thing you're trying to differentiate it from? Differentiate it is my big thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play a good cop bad cop here. The good. Triple H is way better at this than Vince. I think if you love WWE, hate WWE, love
He's better at
cheese,
some aspects.
he, I what do you think Vince does better?
It's hard to put your finger on exactly because it's
Because you
hard
don't
to
know
know
when the
exactly
switch
what.
take over.
Not only when did the switch take over, but I don't know which parts of Vince's success were Vince and which parts were him listening to writers and other people early. Because during the Attitude Era, there was a lot of stuff Vince did really well, but he did a lot of really stupid shit too.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
he's always done stupid shit. It's just he's got worse and his ideas have got dumber over time.
Well,
But there was a time he had this ability to find magic sometimes. And
yeah,
that was a rare ability as a booker.
yeah. Good point. Good point. All right. Um. All right. So we'll compare the late Vince McMahon to now Triple H. I think Triple
Massive
H hands
difference
down.
in improvement. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
Um.
compare peak primes, it's harder to say. I like Triple H more because I'm a work rate person more than anything. Um, I think that those style of matches are more entertaining, and I get more of those under Triple H.
Yeah, yeah. And I think Triple H tells better stories than Vince. If you're talking about the sports entertainment part.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
if you're talking about the wrestling part, let's be honest, if we're looking at bookers, only of the two of them, only one of them's going to sit down and watch a work rate thing like ROH or well ROH back, you know what I mean,
yeah, back in the
ROH
day.
when yeah. ROH or Dragon Gate. You know, there only one of the two is going to sit and be watching it for love of the wrestling.
Yeah, 100%. Now the bad. Stephanie was a horrible idea.
Bad.
And I love Futurama with all my heart. But I think Triple H is Futurama-ing this job. And what I mean by that is Billy West used his own voice for Fry with the idea of, well, if I get fired, it's my voice, so they can't replace me. I think he's doing that with this. He's like, well, if I just keep saying it's the Triple H era, it's the Levesque era, I'm here, and something comes out, it'll be harder to fire him. Or am I overthinking? Do you think there's a part of that that's true?
I think you're overthinking. I think it was more a weird attempt to be like, no, 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 stop focusing on Vince. This is a new era. Differentiate us. Everything starts different now. That's what I feel like it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what it feels like.
That's true. But it's weird too, because like it's not like there's any real media out. It's not like, they're trying to distract the media, but there is no real media. Wrestling journalists are a fucking joke. Real journalists are a fucking joke. So I guess it could be a distraction, but I think that the media sucks so bad at their job that you don't even need a distraction anymore. Bro, there was someone that asked Triple H, how does it feel to be Triple H?
How's it feel to be you right now, boss?
How does it feel, man?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're really ruining my vibes. Like, Triple H, ruining your vibes is the reason why this all is happening.
I am excited for his era, but...
Yeah, I am too.
This was a bad choice.
I enjoyed WWE watching the highlights and the pay-per-views. It isn't good enough for me to watch 6 to 8 hours a week.
It's not. I won't even. I'll go a step further. It's not even that it's not good enough. It's hard to justify watching that many hours of wrestling, no matter how good it is.
Yeah, that is a lot of wrestling.
If you're really busy and you have a lot of other things going on, like a lot of other hobbies, even, it's hard to keep up with 5 hours of a wrestling promotion a week.
Well, and like, I this might be a cake eater moment. I go to a lot of events, but look at my stream schedule. It disappeared. Look at my YouTube output. It disappeared. And I'm just a nerd, I do work in the morning, but it's kind of like, I see it as...
He's hanging out with kids, guys.
It's not a real job.
He's hanging out with kids. He finger paints, guys.
I finger paint. And then I said, can you believe Ghetto?
He's a Marine. Honestly, he's probably finger painting fucking pictures of Okada and just telling the kids, guess who this is? And the kids are like, is that Okada? And he's like, that's right, because all he does is finger paint Okada every day.
But my point is, I have a very easy life. And even me, I feel like it's overwhelming. Like, if you have a second hobby, Like, I went to 3 events in Pro Wrestling Noah within 24 hours. That should not be allowed. So yeah, it could be difficult being a wrestling fan. But let's put that aspect out of the way. Let's say, you're retired, it's your passion, you have no other hobbies. It's still a rough watch. Monday Night Raw is a long watch. Yeah. SmackDown's a long watch. So, I think...
Even in the world, though, where it's like a great 5 hours, like where it's like the peak 5 hours, it's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
For 1 week.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like, you got to be pretty hardcore to be able to watch all that.
And yeah, and it's not just that it's a lot of wrestling. One of them's in a fucking 3-hour batch. We don't even watch movies that long.
Yeah. It can be rough. I know, like, maybe when they go to Netflix, they'll go back to 2, but I'm not sure.
God, that would be...
I'm very excited to see what they do with Netflix.
I am too. I want to see if it changes their content. That's when we'll really see the Levesque era.